Hey everyone, it's Sam Bryant from Bryant Taylor Law, and today we are discussing if a LLC can raise money. Before we begin, Bryant Taylor Law is a business law firm. We help business owners start businesses, and we also help business partners resolve partnership disputes. So, can a LLC raise money? The answer is yes. If you are an LLC, you can raise money. We are assuming that if you are asking this question, you're not looking to get a bank loan or a line of credit. You're looking to bring on an investor to become a member of the LLC. So if you're going to do this, there are a couple of things to think about. One thing is you want to think about the structure of your LLC. If you're looking to maintain control of your LLC after you raise your money, you may want to consider your LLC being structured as a manager-managed LLC. I talk about that a little bit more in another video, so I won't get into it too much here, but just understand that a manager-managed LLC will allow the manager to run the company and allow the other members to vote to make decisions, but ultimately, depending on how you structure it, the company is managed by the appointed manager, and they have the power and control. So that's one thing. You may want to just consider being a manager-managed LLC. The second thing is you want to keep in mind that Florida law gives certain rights to minority owners. And so when you have an LLC, you want to be careful about exactly what it is you're giving when you are giving equity to a third person. This becomes important when there's issues, because if there ever is an issue between you and your investor now is a part of the company as a LLC member, you may have difficulty removing that equity from that investor. So there are certain rights that every member of an LLC gets, regardless of what you put in your operating agreement or what agreement you have with them. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The third thing to keep in mind is the Florida Blue Sky laws. These laws are meant to protect the public from fraudulent securities. So securities are basically ownership interests that can be transferred for money. And think of it like stock. If I own stock in Disney, my individual stock is a security. I don't do anything for the stock. I didn't earn it aside from just buying it, and I can just freely trade it on open market. Point here is these laws capture a lot of businesses, so they regulate them, and it's extremely expensive and time consuming to be subject to these laws. And you are subject to these laws if the state deems that you are issuing securities. So if you are raising money for your LLC, you want to make sure that you're not structuring your offering as a security. There's ways to do that in your operating agreement. The main way to do it is to make sure that the investors understand that they cannot transfer their LLC interest to another person. By doing that, you kind of take yourself outside of the scope of the Florida Blue Sky laws, so you won't have to worry about that registration or worry about that regulation. So in a nutshell, you can raise money if you're an LLC, but just keep in mind that you want to structure your LLC in a way that you can maintain your company. If you bring somebody else on, you want to make sure that you understand that these members now have certain rights that you cannot take away from them. And you also want to make sure that the investors understand that the membership interests are not securities and they cannot be transferred to another party. So that's what it is in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe. We have a bunch of other videos. We try to make these regularly. We definitely appreciate comments. So if there's anything that you see that you would like for us to talk about, we'll definitely make a video about it. Hope you all have a safe day, and we'll see you soon.